Welcome back everybody to another Dragon Ball deck profile. Today we're going to be bringing you one of my favorite leaders from the new set, which is going to be Surgeku. If you guys like our deck profiles or any of our other videos, please like, subscribe, let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Let us know what decks you would like to see us work on, or even just what decks you are excited for that are coming out in the new set. This leader here has been making waves ever since it came out close to maybe a month ago. I think it's when the expansion boxes came out. This leader, along with the Piccolo leader, are the first two leaders that we have that are multi-color. So this one is red and yellow, probably of the two strongest aggro, or even mid-range control colors that we have in the game. This is, like I said, this is a new ability to awaken, which is a little bit different, which we'll get into that. So with this card, when this card attacks, you draw two, and then you pitch one. Very nice mechanic, allows you to gain hand control very, very early, and just allowing you to kind of dictate how you want your hand to go going into, rounds, 3, 4, and 5. To awaken with this card, all you need is one red and one yellow energy, place them under this card, untap one mana, energy, and then you draw 3 cards, and then you can flip. So you basically can get a huge hand just off of doing this, and then the only, good or bad part is you have to drop 2 cards underneath this card. Now, when you flip, he becomes Super Saiyan God, Son Goku, Surge of Divinity. I have the Holo, I'm super happy about. And how this card works, you have an active main and an active battle. So this ability can be active during each one of those phases. Once per turn, when your health is at 5 or less, so when your life is at 5 or less, you can take one of the cards underneath Goku, put in the drop, and you can activate one of these 2 abilities. So one, you can choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and you can negate their skills. So barrier, indestructible, blocker, triple attack, triple strike, crit, any of that kind of stuff, you can remove it. Offering wouldn't really matter because it probably would go through anyways. But so basically, you can remove any of those skills just to kind of clear the board, whether it's you're trying to attack or you're trying to defend. Then you can also pop one of the cards into here, gain 10k, and crit for the duration of the turn. I've done this a few times where I've actually popped this just to gain the 10k so I can help survive and combo during a defensive phase. So the crit part doesn't really matter, but you can just gain a free 10k off of it for the duration of the turn. Works almost as like, you're using 2 sensu beans. So I've done that quite a bit, and it's worked out really well for me in some of the games that I've played. So for this deck, I did not want to include any draft box cards. Main reason why is they're really, really expensive, and I feel a lot of the draft box cards like the Saiyan Instinct or Topo or Exploited Weaknesses, they're very, very good cards. We all know what they do, but I feel I try to start phasing those out. I want to just make decks that don't include those draft box cards, just because we all know how strong they are. A lot of people can't afford to pay $80 for just an SR or $20 for an uncommon card like Topo. So I try to make them with other things that can be used. Some of them are can be a little on the pricey side, but at least try to just not include any of the draft box stuff. First thing is our hate using this term, but check lands. These are basically just in here just to be used as energy. Please, the spectator loses his energy exhaust when you have a multicolor card in your energy or a red-yellow card in your energy. So this is pretty good. You can basically just play this card down, start to ramp. Hopefully you get one of these or another multicolor card turn 1, so you don't have to go out early and not be able to make a play. Because of the multicolor, I run 3 of the Beerus Biding Its Time. Very nice card, 15k in crit. The nice thing is if you have a multicolor card, specifically a red and yellow multicolor card, in your energy, this card becomes a 1-drop from your hand. So when it's in your hand, it's a 1-drop. Once it's on the field, it is a 3-drop. So very nice, just gives you some early pressure. And I don't run a ton of Self-Awakening in this deck because I want to try to keep my life up as much as possible and to be able to kind of awaken when I want to. So to kind of stop that, I run 4 of Beerus's brother, Champa the Trickster. One of the best counterplay cards in the game. You have a multicolor, this becomes a 2-drop, so basically 1 yellow and something else. You can choose 1 card ignoring barrier, switch to the rest mode, and then if it's on your opponent's turn, you draw a card. You're going to be doing this generally on your defensive turn. Sometimes you will do this on offense if somebody is rivaling a really good card and you know it has blocker or something, but most of the time this is gonna be like 90% of the time it's gonna be on your defensive turn. We run, like I said, I'm not running any of the draft box stuff, so I wanted to run some different cards, and so I'm really big into GT. GT is my favorite era in Dragon Ball, whether it's, you know, canon or not. So I run a GT kind of package for this deck. So I run 3 of the Blazing Spirit Son Gokus. I run this because it has barrier. That is the biggest reason. It's a 2-drop that has barrier. I'm generally not going to swing with this card, unless they have, you know, unless they're tapped out or anything. But I'm going to basically just throw this card down just because it has barrier. I run 3 of the Unbreakable Super Saiyan Gokus. Same thing, this one has barrier as well. I actually can just have this on the field, turn 3, evolve it into this. And then if you evolve or if you combo with this card, you get to draw 1 card, so it gives you a little more hand size as well. I do run 2 of these for Self-Awakening. The Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku, the Last Straw. You take 1 life, this card gains 10k in Double Strike. It's pretty good. I've actually won games just by comboing off on this card. I want to run 4, but I don't really like having a lot of Self-Awakeners in this deck, preferably. Just the way that I play it, it just doesn't work out the best for me. It just doesn't work for me for whatever reason. A lot of people are different in that regard, but that's okay. I run 4 of the Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku, the Ever Evolving. This one is awesome because when you play it, you draw, and you can, once per turn, you can tap 1 mana and then look at the top 5 cards, look for 1 red or yellow Super Saiyan Goku or Pan, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So it gives you a free searcher as well, for one, well, not a free searcher, but it gives you a 1-tap energy searcher. So you can pull some more cards out. Generally on turn 2, if I don't have anything else in my hand, I'll throw this down, draw, and then I'll tap the other mana. Hopefully it's a yellow, and then I can just draw another card as well. Gives me a little more hand size going into my turn 3, which is generally my big turn play. So I run 3 combination attack pans. I do have Fearless Pan. I ordered it. I ordered about 3 of them, so I'm probably gonna take these out to run that, or at least take one of these out and take something else out to run at least 2 Fearless Pans. But this one's pretty good as well. If you have a Super Saiyan Goku or a Trunks GT with 25k or more, it comes out for free, and then once per turn, choose one of your Goku or Trunks GT cards and give it 5k. So if you have 2 of these in your hand, and you have a 25k out, you can just play both of them out and then use its effect and, you know, give it 10k. Decent ability. The Fearless Pan is a little bit better because of the fact you can choose all of your red cards, including your leader, and you give them all, I think it's 10k, 5k, and then Double Strike, which is just, it's 5k. It's 5k in Double Strike, which is just ridiculous. Some more Gokus that we do run. We run 3 of the Untapped Power Gokus. I run 1 of the Victorious Fist Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then I run 3 Triple Flashes. This package here is kind of what I try to focus the majority of my pressure on. So kind of go over each one of these cards. The Untapped Power. I like this more than, there's another 5-drop where when you evolve into it, you draw 2. It's cool. This one has Deflect, and I like, there's so many, you know, counterplays in the game right now. Having something that has Deflect is pretty nice. So it's, you evolve into, from one of your Son Goku GT, doesn't matter which color it is, for 4 energy. It has Deflect, and when you play this card, you draw 1, untap 1 energy, and then this card gets 5k for the duration of the turn. So it becomes a 35k, it becomes a 30k beater, which is very nice. Also, like, so the Deflect is nice too. You can't get demolished on the turn that you play this. You have Victorious Fist. This is a pretty cool card as well. This one does not have Deflect, but when this card attacks, you can switch it back. You have once per turn, you can switch this card back to active and give it 5k. So this, you can swing once, and you can untap, give it 5k, and it also has Double Strike as well. So you can swing once, untap it, swing again for 30. Becomes a little bit ridiculous to deal with, And this one can evolve from this from 1 energy. And same thing with Triple Flash. Triple Flash can also evolve from 1 energy from a 5-drop. This has Triple Strike and Deflect. And when you play this card, you draw 2, and then you may not activate the X evolve for the duration of the turn. Then, if this card has over 40k, your opponents cannot activate counters during battle when this card attacks. So, a play that I have done on my turn 4 is if I can evolve into this, I'll evolve into this. I'll restand an energy, then I'll awaken, restand 1 more energy, play that, and then hopefully I have some of these down, and if I have 2 of these down, I can just give it 10k, and then it becomes a 40k blocker. I mean, not a 40k blocker, a 40k Triple Strike, or into this as well. It works as well. But that's kind of my GT package there that I enjoy. There are some other fun things that this deck can do. We'll go into a little bit once we get farther along into the deck here. We'll go into super combos real quick though. So I'm a red-yellow leader, so I run both red and yellow super combos. This is just to keep balance. I do this in all of my decks. If I have Surge leaders, which I have the 2 right now, but I like to try to run just multiple color super combos. It just keeps everything balanced. You don't feel overloaded on one specific color, and this also helps with the rivals, which takes us into the next part of our deck, which I run 2 Beerus No Hold Barred. I'm trying to get 2 more of them. This card is a staple in any red-yellow deck. Card is fantastic. You rival it out, and arrival, if you guys don't know, every card has an arrival cost. So this card has a red and yellow arrival cost. What that means is you have to combo with a red and yellow or a multicolor red yellow, and then you pay the energy cost, and then you can bring this card out. So basically turn 2, or you could do it turn 2, but probably turn 3, you're gonna pull this card out if you have it in your hand. So you can, if you put down 2 other cards, or you put down 1 card on the field, you can combo with that, combo with the opposite color, and then just pay the 2 energy. Then you can play this card out. You can destroy any card with 30k or less, or you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards or leader cards, ignoring barrier. Switch it to rest mode, and it cannot be switched back until the end of their next phase. Basically, they can't do it until the start of their next phase. Pretty nice. I also run 2 of the Heartfelt Pleas. These two cards basically go together. A lot of people, they will arrival out the Beerus, generally swing with it, and then they'll awaken and then bring this out. This can be brought out from the awaken form. If you have a 25k or more, you can just pop it and then bring this out for free, so you don't need to pay the 5. So a lot of people, they'll arrival this, swing, and then awaken, pop that, and then bring this out. Same thing, I only have 2. I'm trying to get 2 more. And I'll kind of thin out my GT portion a little bit, just to add these cards in, just because they are so awesome. This also has Triple Strike and Offering, so they're gonna take a life, or you draw 2 more, and then you can swing with it, and it's Triple Strike. Same thing with, if you remember this card here. So when I bring this card out, I can swing with it and then restand it, swing again for 30, that's 2 attacks for Double Strike, and then I can pop it if I awaken and bring that out, Offering, and then swing for triples. So it can get pretty nasty pretty quickly. I've won more games from that combination than I have from this, which is the SCR that I run in here, the Baby Janemba. This card is pretty good. It's down to like $75. I pulled this card from a gift box. I was very lucky, but it was sitting around $100. I don't think there's not many cards in this game that should be around $100, or at least worth $100. I think it's just bad for the game. But this card here is probably worth 40 or 50 bucks. You can play it out for 5 energy, 2 red and 3 yellow. And what this card actually does, you use its active main while it's in your hand. So people, they can't use any sort of counterplay on this until it actually hits the board, because this actually goes through before it's this goes through while it's in your hand. What the opponent has to do is you pay the 5 energy, and then you show them this, you reveal this, and you say, okay, so you either take 3 life and drop it to your drop area, so you basically are critting 3 life instantly, and then this card goes to the drop area. Or they will not do that, which most people don't. This card will then is able to be played, and then your opponent's leader is negged by 30,000 power. 30,000. So that's pretty insane. And then once this card comes down, this card also has Offering. So now you're creating another life or drawing 2 cards. It's a very good way to get some control. When you play this, generally, I've done this maybe a few times, where not often, but it'll be turn 5. I will still not be awoken. I will use 5 energy. Do this. Generally, they're not going to take the 3 life. They're going to, allow you to neg them by 30k and play this out. So I'll play this out, do the Offering, neg them by 30,000. Then I will awaken. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'll generally swing with whatever I have on the board. Swing with Janepa. And then if they're down to, 3 health, awaken, pop this, play a Heartfelt Plea, Offering goes through again, and then you swing with Triple Strike. And then you can obviously swing with your leader and give it 10k. Or you can get, and then you give this card 10k and crit, or you can, remove, abilities and stuff like that. So it has some other plays to it. I definitely think there's better SCRs you can play. The Frieza Army Reborn is another really good SCR that can be played in this. That card I think is running for like $37 right now. It's normally priced around 50, which is a really good deal. Or you just run more of these. You just run 4 of these, and you probably don't even need to run this. I run 1 Dimensional Banisher Fu. This is also for game, or just to remove a card that's on the field that's just being really annoying. It doesn't have barrier. You can pop 1 card and send it to the warp when you play this with Overwhelm. If I have 1 extra energy on my Awaken turn when I do this, because if I play this and I Awaken afterwards just to bring this out, I should have at least 1 energy. And then if he doesn't have many cards in hand, I'll just pop it, send all my cards to the warp that I have in my drop, and then swing with this, hit Double Strike. So it's still a really, really good card. I only run 1. I've run 2 before, but it just doesn't work out the same way for whatever reason. I've actually seen it less when I have 2 of them rather than the 1. I don't know why that is. And then to kind of round out the deck, just for some more killing potential, I run 2 further Destruction Champas. You can run the Supreme Kai one as well. I just like the one. I just like how this card looks more. They basically do the same exact thing. I have that, and then for extra cards, I don't run a ton in this deck. I only run 5. 1 is that all you got. You use a red. You negate the attack, toss a red card, and then you can neg 2 cards by 15k. Basically, you can remove 2 cards if they're under that 15k mark, and just pop them. I run 1 Denial of Hope. Thought about running 2, but I generally, when I get the 1, I just hold on to it till I need it. 2 Flying Nimbuses, very good cards. Kind of the same thing as Is That All You Got, except when you negate, drop a yellow, and then your opponent can only attack 1 more time. So those big boards. I ran into a yesterday. I played against a gentleman who he's kind of in our Dragon Ball community here in the Northeast. He ran a U11 deck and just had a ton of cards on the field. I never saw this once. If I did, I could have at least stopped this turn and had at least a chance to win. And then I run 1 the Almighty Resistance. This card you really want to have if you have 2 energy open and you're going for game. You want to swing with whatever it is you're going for game, whether it's Heartfelt Plea or whatever card, and then they go to throw down a negate, and then you just throw this down and go, nope, I'm negating your counter, and then they have to block. And now they lose generally. So yeah, that's my deck. It's like I said, it's pretty good. I think with the new set coming out here on Friday, there's going to be some new things I can toss in here. Obviously, some new super combos and some other things. But we'll make a deck video about this being revamped when set 9 comes out. I'm going to make all of the decks that we put on here and much more. Just going to revise them when the new set comes out. But this is my deck profile for Super Saiyan Son Goku. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.